Dandadan's anime adaptation is a masterpiece. Now, this is not the first time I've called something a masterpiece before. My highest viewed video on the channel has been me talking about Villain Saga Season 2, and I still have the same opinions from back then today, but Dandadan is just as good. From an anime adaptation perspective, Dandadan's anime truly has hit all the notes it needed to, and I'm gonna talk about everything. From the music, from the direction, and the animation, Dandadan's anime truly hit all of the notes to make itself as one of the best anime to have come out in recent memory. So let's actually talk about it. But before I do, I think I'm not wearing the proper thing for this. Give me just one moment. Man, bro, I thought that this was clean, man. Hold on, let me dust this off real quick. Okay. Alright, much better now. So, it's been a while since I used this, but I think I'm ready now. Let's talk about Dandadan's anime adaptation layer by layer. First, let's actually get the elephant and the most obvious thing out of the room here. The animation of Dandadan is absolutely phenomenal. Sai and Saru were in their goddamn bag with this one. It's almost frightening to me because I didn't really think that Dandadan's anime would look this good as I was reading the manga years ago. But really, Dandadan's animation is some of the best I've seen this year. From just mere dialogue between the characters as plenty of comedic gags are thrown in between, to the actual action itself throughout the first season of Dandadan, there's never a point in which the animation falters. The mere consistency of this adaptation in an animation sense cannot be understated, which is why I just want to take the time right now and say thank you to every singular animator who has spent time working for this adaptation. Your hard work and dedication has paid off 100%. Now, of course, animation isn't everything, which is why we have to slowly pivot to the direction. One of the things I remember saying back when the first few trailers of Dandadan's anime dropped was the usage of dynamic shots. I said this a year ago. Over a year ago, I said it, and honestly, I couldn't have been more spot on. If you are someone who has read the manga in any capacity, then you know that trying to replicate everything that has made Dandadan's manga great into animation form wasn't going to do well at all. It wasn't going to. When you have someone as talented, not just from a mangaka perspective, but just as a pure artist like Yuki Nobutatsu, trying to go like blow for blow with him art-wise wasn't going to succeed at all, which is why the anime took a completely different approach as far as trying to adapt the manga. Let me bring Record of Ragnarok for example. In Record of Ragnarok's anime, the art integrity of the character designs are followed heavily compared to the animation between the movements of said characters. And by all accounts and metrics, Record of Ragnarok's anime follows the manga literally one for one. So from an adaptation perspective, it isn't a bad one, but the problem lies in when it comes to adapting something, trying to closely match to the original, especially when it is a different medium altogether, bounds to fail simply because with Record of Ragnarok, you can't sustain that for long. When the basis of your adaptation lies in trying to replicate the art of the manga, the moment when you have to cut corners, things are going to pop out like a sore thumb. Literally, Adam vs. Zeus is still a nightmare to this day for that very reason. Another example that I don't even need to elaborate on is Blue Lock Season 2. Only mere mentioning you should already understand where I'm getting at here. The foundation of Dandadan's anime adaptation revolved around the camera work, the movement of the characters, and keeping the integrity of the character designs from the manga. And because of that very strong foundation, it is very difficult to even pinpoint whenever there's a mistake that happens in the Dandadan's anime, even if there is one at all. The Dandadan anime understands exactly what it is, an anime, and thus it throws so much at you, it always keeps you engaged. Episode 7 is possibly the greatest example of everything that I've just talked about here. And it even goes as far as to control the pacing, which is another aspect of directing a show, period. The way in which the pace slows down, goes back up again is absolutely masterful. From the very first frame to the last, Dandadan really goes to show you that all it really takes is understanding the medium that you are in order to take full advantage of it. Which is ultimately why, despite how much I love the manga and would recommend it to everyone to read at some point, the anime has made a strong case for itself as one of the ways to experience Dandadan and almost match the manga in its own way. At this point, it really falls onto what medium you prefer. The last thing, of course, to talk about this anime adaptation is the music, which the moment I knew that Kensuke Yoshio, the composer of Dandadan, was going to be the one composing the soundtrack, I knew from a musical perspective Dandadan would be in good hands. Every track matches with the aesthetic and vibe of Dandadan, and in every singular scene, the music blends in perfectly whilst at the same time setting the tone for whatever is happening. From whether we have a comedic moment, from pure bombastic action, to even the sad and somber moments, the music accompanies each type of scene to a T, which is what helps bring everything together. One last thing I want to briefly talk about before I end this video is the actual English dub of Dandadan. I just wanted to shout out the voice actors involved. This is one of the most fun dubs I've ever watched. It's absolutely hilarious, and if you haven't even given it a chance, as someone who watches mostly sub, I can tell you this right now, the dub is absolutely amazing. Please do yourself the favor and check it out. These people brought out their A game for sure, so I just wanted to show my support publicly. Go check the dub out. With all of that being said though, I want to know what you guys think of Dandadan's anime adaptation with this first season. Did you enjoy it, or you maybe somehow were let down by it? Give me your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. I just wanted to say thank you. This year has been hell in every singular way, and yet I still managed to hit the 1,000 sub goal each year. Hopefully we double that next year, who knows, but yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for your support. It really does mean the world to me. And with that, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. See you guys in the next one.